Are you new to Japanese? You don't know how to read hiragana? You came to the right place. This video is gonna be for you. What's up guys, welcome to my channel. This is Tyson from Nihongo. In this video, I'll talk about hiragana and how to pronounce each of them. After watching this video, you'll be able to read and pronounce hiragana correctly. And I'll also introduce some easy Japanese phrases using hiragana at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Anyway, 始めようか. There are three kinds of characters in Japanese: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. We use all the characters in a single sentence. But let me just talk about hiragana today, as hiragana is the most basic one. Hiragana is phonetic alphabet. It represents every sound of Japanese language, so it's essential to know how they pronounced from scratch. Because learning hiragana is to create a foundation for the rest of your Japanese pronunciation. The sound structure in the Japanese language is relatively simple. Basically, every hiragana is a syllable. That means if you see a word consists of three hiragana, there are three syllables. We call it mora. For example, here are three hiragana, so that means there are three mora. Kaeru. Kaeru means frog. In Japanese, there are 5 vowels, 14 simple consonants, and 12 complex consonant sounds. So here is the hiragana chart I made. I'm actually going to pronounce each one now. So you can do it along with me, or you can even stop the video and grab a note and a pen to write them down. So start off with the 5 regular vowels, which are a, I, U, E, O. A like in father, I as in eat, U as in uno, E as in egg, O like O, O. It's essential to know correct pronunciation of a, I, U, E, O, because the pronunciation of every other sound I'll mention in short is basically just the a, I, U, E, O with consonants attached to them. Then we go to the list of consonants. For the case series, we simply attach a, I, U, E, O after K sounds. So it's gonna be ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Let's move on to the S sounds. Same thing again, we just attach a, I, U, E, O after S sounds. So it's gonna be sa, shi, su, se, so. Did you realize that I said shi instead of si? It's because there's no si sounds in Japanese. So basically, we say shi instead of si. Like we can't say sit down. You know what I mean? Then we go to T series. We have exception for the I and U vowel, which are chi and tsu. It's not ti and tu. So it's gonna be ta, chi, tsu, te, to. As for N series, it's more regular, so we simply go na, ni, nu, ne, no. For the HO, ha, hi, hu, he, ho. Okay, it sounds simple, but hu is sometimes expressed as fu. But Japanese actually can't pronounce f sound. That means either you say fu or hu. We can't tell the difference. For the M sound, it simply goes ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Y sounds, we only use Y with 3 vowels, which is ya, you, yo, and that's it. Yeah. Okay, R sounds tend to give some people trouble pronunciation-wise. So let me talk about it deeper. It sounds like this. La, li, ru, re, ro. So the sound is kind of like between L and R. It's because we pronounce it with our tongue touched behind the upper teeth lightly, then put it back right away. Then we go to the W row. There are actually 2 sounds that use W, wa and o. Notice with o actually doesn't use the sound of the W character at all. Simply o, not wo. Apparently, it was used to pronounce like wo long time ago, but it doesn't matter, it's just a history now. And the final hiragana character is here. This expressed with 2 N. The sound is like in English. If you wanna practice later, just add this video to watch later or playlist, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your support. The second step now, I'll teach you about Rakuten, or colloquially called ten, which looks like English quotation mark. This is put together with other hiragana in upper right and make it voiced sound. You wanna make G, Z, D, P, and B sounds in Japanese. You use Rakuten. Let's bring back kakiku keiko for example. When Rakuten is put with kakiku keiko, the sound become ga, gi, gu, ge, go. So again, Rakuten is supposed to tell you to change the pronunciation K to G in this situation. When Rakuten is used with sa, shi, su, se, so, it will be za, ji, zu, ze, so. Did you notice that I said ji instead of z? So this is not z, it's ji. Then T sounds become D with Rakuten. But make sure here are two exceptions which are for I and U sound. Repeat after me. Da, ji, zu, de, do. The B consonant, its influence comes from the H consonant. So the whole row is pronounced accordingly. Ba, bi, bu, be, bo. So this one has no exception. Very, very simple. And last but not least for this grouping, we have the P sound, which is actually unique in itself because instead of using Rakuten, it's actually using Han Rakuten. But you can just call it maru, which literally means circle. So how it works is basically the same. It takes its influence from the H consonant. Whole row is pronounced like pa, pi, pu, pe, po. Now we move on to the different kind of stuff, but they are still hiragana. Do you remember them? They are ya, you, yo. They can actually be smaller and combined with all sounds that includes I vowel, which are ki, shi, chi, ni, hi, mi, ri. So here is how. Ki, ya, there's two more. Ki, ya. But if we use small ya instead of normal one, this becomes one more. Kya, kya. So if there is small ya, yu, yo after these hiragana, you omit I sound first, then attach small ya, yu, yo with it, and pronounce it in one more. So ki, ya become kya, ki, yu become kyu, ki, yo become kyo. Same thing is applied with other hiragana. Sha, shu, sho. With chi, cha, chu, cho. With ni, nya, nyu, nyo. By the way, if you say nya, it's meow in Japanese. And with hi, it goes hya, hyu, hyo. And with mi, it goes mya, myu, myo. With ri, it goes rya, ryu, ryo. And small ya, yu, yo can be put together with Rakuten sound. Gya, gyu, gyo. Ja, ju, jo. Bya, byu, byo. Pya, pyu, pyo. Did you find any sounds that it's hard for you to pronounce? Let me know in the comment. And let's talk about this now. This is tsu. Tsu can also be smaller and it formerly called sokuon, or normally people just call it chisai tsu. Literally means small tsu. Let's see how it works. Here is two hiragana, kite, kite, two more, right? And putting tsu, it will be kitsute, kitsute, three more. And make the tsu smaller now. We didn't pronounce this small tsu, but the molar is still three. Listen fast. Keep, te, keep, te. You don't actually pronounce this tsu, but there will be another molar time in between. More example. Saka, saka, neko, neko. This is the essential thing to know about hiragana. Now I'll introduce three essential Japanese phrases for beginners. First one. ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます means thank you. すみません。 sumimasen, excuse me or sorry, depends on the context. おはようございます。おはようございます。Good morning. Okay, now you can use it for Japanese friends now. This is it. We covered pretty much everything about Hiragana and pronunciation tips quickly. Just let me know if you have any video requests in the comment. Thanks for watching till the end. Don't forget to subscribe for this channel. Stay tuned for the next video. ほら。